We're already signing on. Good Monday afternoon. Wow. I'm kind of freezing. It's cold in here for some reason. Let's see. Who's here? Eric is here. Mike is here. Nefarian. Eric says good morning. Where are you at, Eric, that it's morning? Holy cow. The time flippers here. Hey, I haven't been blowing you off. Well, maybe a little bit. I just been crazy busy. I'm going to email you back here soon, I promise. Tennessee Mike is in. Jerry's here. Calico's here. Let's see. 22. Holden is here. I'm wearing the first of 3 Breitling Select. And, you know, I've been to a bunch of Breitling authorized dealers and kind of just passed over the Navitimer. Obviously, it's iconic. I'm not a big chronograph fan, and this one's difficult to read. It's, got a lot of information on the dial. So I kind of wanted to force myself into checking it out. And I have to say, hey, William Carey's here, Design Altera's here. Greetings from Aruba. So I have to say, this thing's actually pretty killer. It helps, oddly enough, it helps. There's really good anti-reflective coating on it, but it helps the legibility to actually get the reflection down onto the dial. It makes the polished hands pop out, so it makes it easier to read versus looking at it dead on. For me, anyway. But I've only been wearing it for like a few hours. There is a sticker on the back. I don't know if I'm allowed to take it off. It doesn't want to come off very easy. So I don't know what the rules are. I didn't see anything saying I couldn't take it off. So, oh, there it goes. I just had to catch the edge. There we go. I got it off. I better not lose this, though, because they're probably going to want this back. So, wow, that's an interesting case back. Gives you some formulas for temperature compensating or something. It's pretty wild. Joshua says, how pristine do you need to keep the watches in the Select program? I straight up didn't read any fine print. I'm sure there is some fine print, and I know that's a big question for a lot of people. What if you lose it? What if you damage it? Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure there's some fine print there. I will take the time and read it. Well, if I bought it, then hopefully they give me a good deal. But well, one good thing about my channel and the audience I have, if anything kind of goes wrong with them holding me accountable for something that they really shouldn't hold me accountable for, I'm definitely going to put them on blast, because this is a new program, and I'm sure they went through legal and underwriting and all that and put all the fine print in there, but they have to understand that people are impulsive and they just go click, 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 and there needs to be some common sense deployed here too. Like, I take good care of my watches. I'm not going to scratch it up. But these are all refurbished watches to begin with. So, I mean, when I did the unboxing, if you guys watched the video, I did the unboxing of it. If this is refurbished, I don't know what was wrong with it, because it looks perfect. It looks brand new. I mean, there's no scratches or anything. So, Premium Lewis, this is watch 1 of 3 I get for the year for the Breitling Select program. If you're not familiar with that, you'll just have to go back and look at my other videos. I'm still learning, even though I signed up for it. I don't know all the inner workings or details on it, to be honest with you. I just thought it was a cool concept and just went for it, man. Let's see. Human centipede claws. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm not a big fan of insects, so. Lyndon says, I'm also curious about this program. If you get a bunch of beat to hell watches, or do you get a fresh watch every time? I think they're going to be like 95, 99%, even the straps, because they're all going to come on leather straps. They're not going to do bracelets because they don't want people fumbling around and sizing them and damaging them. So even the straps, like worst case scenario, they said, like I'll wear this one and then this watch might go to one other person. And then when that person turns it in, they will, I don't know what they do with the strap. I should get a hold of them because I'll take all their straps. If they're throwing them away, I'll take all of them. But because the Breitling straps are actually legit good. So, but they're only going to get 2 maximum use, and sometimes they might just do. Well, Joshua says the website chooses if I buy it, it'll be a refurbished. But even the watches on the loan program, maybe I misread it. Maybe these are actually new. I could be wrong on that. I thought I read something that these are all refurbished watches, which I don't really care. But yeah, and they have the black dial variant of this that you can choose as well. But Breitling does blue like so good, better than most other companies. I don't know all of the Navitimer models, but I think different colored subdials would be kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah. So Josh, yeah. So basically, if I choose to buy one, so like I can keep this one up to 6 months. So, I mean, technically, I could probably hold on to this one. Say I wanted to buy the Navitimer. Say I got to try it and I was just like smitten by it. I was like, wow, I like this way more than I thought that I would. So I could just wear it. I could just, actually, I don't have to send it back. Technically, the way I understand it, like I could just hold on to this one and I have to have 2 months paid good standing, which I've already paid one, so I just have to pay one more month. And then I could contact them and say, all right, how much for this watch? I want this one. And I could probably buy it off them. I don't know what the discount is and all that stuff. I have to ask. You earn points too, and I don't understand that system yet. I think I have 1,000 points right now with the first one just for joining, essentially. So, and I'll share that whole process as I learn and go through it. I'm not going to buy this one. I mean, unless I have to, like if something happens to it or something and I break it. But so Christopher, yeah, funny because actually, hopefully one day I'll be able to handle the Zin because Zin makes a watch essentially. It's basically the same thing. Zin bought the Navitimer rights or something a long time ago, but it's kind of cool to see the polar opposites of the chronographs. And just for simple wearing and time telling, I definitely prefer the chronograph to the right a little bit more. Yeah, Christopher, the 903 from Zin looks a lot like the Navi. So, but this 41 millimeter Navitimer wears great. And legibility is not great, but I'm sure there's models out there that are more legible for sure. Like I'm going to buy this Hamilton Intramatic, and it wears smaller for sure. Definitely presents smaller, but Blue Shirt Buddha is here. No problem. Thanks for joining. So apparently, even though I don't really care for too much the chronograph style watches, apparently if I force myself into them, then maybe that's a way to just break that mold that I have of not really liking the chronographs too much. So, because I'm digging them. It's not that I didn't like them either. Like, I actually do like chronographs. I love the way they look. They didn't, so Mark, they didn't have, and maybe they do make a white dial Navi. I think it might be a bit too much though, because it'd be a lot of information on there. I think it's a little more muted when you use like the blue or the black dial. But I didn't see a white dial. Oh, you know what? There is a champagne dial one, I think. So, alrighty. Love the Annie Digi show. What is everybody else wearing? We have over 100 people in the live right now, so maybe you guys can chime in and let me know what you're wearing. I'll probably wear this maybe over the weekend. Yeah, the Hammy is smaller diameter but thicker, and they're using essentially the same movement if I'm not mistaken. This is like 14.3, but that's with a double dome. That has like a weird double dome, but if we're Yeah, they're close. They're close. They're like within a half a millimeter of each other, surprisingly. All right, let's see. Holden's wearing the Longines or long jeans. Did you guys watch that video that the Town Watch did of how the redneck pronounces watch brands? So funny. Kevin's wearing a Sarb 017. Michael's rocking his humble Sarb 035. That's a classic. Mike has the new brown Seiko Alpinist. Discount diver, I'm not sure what that is. Marvin's rocking a Stova Flieger 40 mil. That's cool. Christopher says he has the Zin 103 green limited edition incoming. That is really cool. Yes, email me, we'll talk. Proto Turtle is rocking a modded 5KX. I spotted on my trip, I gotta talk about 5KX real quick. On my trip down to Southeast Michigan, you guys probably watched the video that I did, the Craig's watch collection review. So I was at what was I at? Great Lakes Crossing, the mall down there with my girls. They were shopping, and we stopped at a pretty good in the food court. For being food court, it was actually really good. They made like smoothies, but they weren't like sugared out smoothies. They were like legit good smoothies and wraps. And there was a young man waiting next to me. I didn't get his name, but I happened to notice he was wearing like a Seiko. It looked like a SKX on like a Jubilee. So I said, hey, nice watch. And then we talked for a second. It was actually a 5KX on a strap code Super Jubilee, and it looked great. So, but anyway, back to the list here. Where are we at? Ooh, I missed a lot of watches here. Clayton's wearing the Zen 104. We got Gregory Wood wearing the 39 millimeter Raven Trekker. Blue shirt's wearing a Doxa 300T Caribbean. That's probably the one I would pick. If I were going to buy another Doxa, that would be the one I would pick, is the Caribbean. Weeby's rocking a titanium Scurfa Diver 1. I didn't even know those were out yet. And I didn't know they were titanium. I'm confused, Weeby. You'll have to let me know on that one. Let's see. Zen 104. Raven. Let's see. Eric's rocking his grandfather's tuna, or grandfather tuna, the old tuna maybe. Brian's rocking a Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. Mr. Sack says, Rob, you reviewed the Laurier Gemini. I'm on the wait list. Should I pull the trigger when I can? A lot of people love that watch. If you are into that style of watch, I would say go for it. There's really nothing quite like it. They're really well built and a very good price. Craig's rocking his titanium Zelos Sky Raider 2. Floyd is rocking his Visitor Dune Shore. I have my Visitor Linden right here, and we're going to talk about some of these watches here in a minute. Let's see. I can't read all these. I got way far behind. Jump Keys is rocking an Islander. Another Islander. Oh, the ISL 03. I got it. Calico Basin. Is that a random Rob mug handle on the right? Oh, I've got the Zelos Mako from your tour sale. Yes. So I did tell people in my Discord. Apparently, see, I guess so far behind, but yeah, here's the mug, Calico. If you haven't seen it, I know it was posted up in the Discord group, and I never did get around to fixing. I wanted this orange around here to be brighter to kind of match it's orange on the inside, and then on this side it's the Seiko Monster logo. So that is the mug. I ordered some more. I think I only ordered like 30 of them. So whoever the first 30 were, we got the moderators taking care of some stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, I think you can just like totally block that guy altogether. So, yep, there we go. Who wants Jump Keys? What's there? Oh, okay. Well, I think we got a few guys in there, and then I actually just took a second and tapped it, and I hid that profile from the channel, so I don't think he can comment at all. So whatever it was, I missed it, guys. I was talking about the mug, so glad my admins took care of it, but I can certainly add more. But yeah, excuse me. I had a really good trip. Visited with Craig, I actually met up with Kevin from Wrong Time Watch, if you watch his channel. If not, go check it out. After this video is done, maybe I'll put a link to his channel in the description if I remember. Yeah, so it was good to hang out with those guys. And we hung out at the Somerset Mall down in Southeast Michigan and checked out the Tappers jewelry store / boutique. Craig got to try on Panerai. I forget what it was exactly. So he got to try on a Panerai. We didn't really try on a ton of watches. I guess I checked out the Tudor. Here's a watch that always just miffs me. It kind of makes sense. It checks all these boxes, but the Tudor Pelagos, they had a blue dial one there, right? They had it in stock. I could have bought it. Yeah, Carlos, I do have some discount codes for MIMO. It's MIMO. But I share those. You got to go to the individual videos. So let's see. Hey, I don't even see that. I can take care of it too. Let's see. Where are we at here? Omar says, do you like the Hamilton Intramatic better than the Breitling Premier BL1? I might bring in the Breitling Premier BL1 because I do want to see that. So we'll see. I'll definitely consider checking that one in. But I did see it at the authorized dealer. Yeah, I usually don't have that many trolls. It's funny. I'll have to add some more admins here. Whoever let's see, Calico Basin, we can add you, and we can add Blue Shirt Buddha as a moderator. We can add Justin EDC as a moderator. I'm knighting all you guys. So whenever you see something that needs to be dealt with, just deal with it. Because sometimes I'm talking, I can't pay attention. Engineer Wannabe is here. James Duffy is here. Lyndon is here. Who trolls watch chats? I know, isn't it crazy? That makes 0 sense. 0 sense. But whatever. Look at that. We got all those guys now. Should be able to kill some trolls with more admins, right? So anyway, yeah, the visit was cool. Tried out a bunch of watches. I was talking about the what is the diameter of the new? Well, this one's a 41 millimeter. Well, they claim it's a 41, but I didn't actually measure it. Yeah, it's 41, but it's 41 at like the widest point, so it's actually a little bit smaller. So yeah, Dane gets busy. It's the more people you have on these, and the more viewer potential I have, it can get, it can get complicated. So I am drinking a little bit of Hornitos Añejo tequila. I'm almost out, so. Let's see. Do you think Zin will be a premium brand in the future? I would say yes. Yeah, it looks larger than a 41. It's just because of that, how big the dial is. It just presents large. When you put it next to like a diver, it looks even more crazy, right? But there's the contrasting, like white with the blue and then the blue with the white. So pretty fun stuff. Yeah. All right. So let me back up. I was talking about the Tudor Pelagos and the blue dial. Oh man, I was trying to convince myself that I should buy it, and I just couldn't. So I moved on from that. What else? I'm trying to think. Craig's in the chat. I don't know what else. In the Tappers one, there wasn't zero. There was a couple of stainless steel Rolex, but they were really small, like lady size, 34 or something. Yeah, Craig gave me, big thanks to Craig for gifting me a Classe Azul lamp. Took the hand-painted bottle and converted it over to a lamp. It's really cool. Maybe I'll post a picture of it somewhere. I'm trying to think what else. They had some Tudor Black Bay 41s there. They had the Black Bay 36, not the non-diver one. And Kevin from the Wrong Time Watch checked that out. He was interested in that. He was wearing a smaller Grand Seiko, the older one, so that was really cool. Oh yeah, the Craig pointed out the it's got to be some sort of PVD. It wasn't DLC, but Breitling had a really cool, I think, limited edition, like a, that must have been like a Chronograph Super Ocean or something. So, but had like a really cool green dial. I actually took a picture of that on my wrist. I need to probably post that stuff up. But where I actually connected with a watch was over on the other side of the mall downstairs. There was an actual Omega boutique, and we had a good time there. All three of us went there as well. Craig, Kevin, and I, we all went there and hung out for a little bit. There was, man, I'll tell you what, that Omega boutique had, I'm trying to think if they were lacking anything. They pretty much had everything you wanted. They had the white dial Seamaster. They had the ones with the gold. I forget what that gold is, that Omega calls it, but they had the black, the blue, the chrome. Oh, Craig says it was a Super Ocean Heritage BO1 Chrono Limited Edition. Woo! Yeah, Breitling likes to do long names. But yeah, I had a good time there. There was one watch that really connected with me, and I might make a move. I might make a power move on it. Yeah, I'm extremely happy with Breitling. I don't think I'm going to buy any. Maybe at the end, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, so Craig said they had no new, well, they did have a new Speedmaster, but it was the, it wasn't the Sapphire Sandwich. It was the, what is it? What do they use? Hexalite. And then they had no Snoopies. But they had, like, other weird stuff. Nick is asking where my Black Bay 41 is. It resides on Tennessee Mike's wrist now. So, Wilson, I might be going back soon. So maybe we can meet up then. Broke Watch Fanatic says he might pull the trigger on a white dial 38mm Aqua Terra. That is pretty cool. Oh, I missed. Billy Bob's here too. I missed. Oh, there he is. Awesome. David Lee. That's a premium one. Great first square. Yep. Our G-Shock Square Pro. Billy Bob is in the house. Yes, Justin, I did go to Somerset just this last weekend. Well, I was really only there Saturday, I guess. I went to Somerset. I went to Great Lakes Crossing, too. I actually did check out Shinola, because there's an outlet, Shinola outlet store at the Great Lakes Crossing. Check that out, too. Actually met one of the younger sales guys there. I think his name is Jesse. I met him. A very cool dude. That was... oh, Justin, yeah, he lives in Troy. I stayed in Troy. I stayed at the Hampton there. So when I go back down, I'm going to go back down because I'm going to go back over to Craig's, and I think we're going to video the White Dial Speedmaster. I want to do a complete video on that, and then maybe another watch, maybe a new watch or something that he's going to get. So I definitely will be going back, and then maybe even making a purchase. Let's see. Justin EDC says the Bulova Lunar Pilot should arrive tomorrow. That's awesome. It's always nice to get a new watch in. Eric is asking, can you tell me why you sold the Laco Navy? I don't know, because I flip. I just sell things. Looky here. That's a cool username. It says, what's the cheapest automatic you would service? Well, for me personally, I would try to keep this movement, and for like a Seiko 4R36 like this, really would make more sense just to swap the movement if it needed the work, right? So, but I have sentimental attachment to this, so if this movement needed service, I would try to find a watchmaker that is willing to service, replace parts, but try to keep the original core movement So I retain the sentimental value of like it's still the same watch. You know, the easy thing to do would just throw an NH36 in there and swap the date wheels and carry on. So, but that's maybe not what you're asking. The cheapest movement, I don't know what it costs to actually service. Yeah, I don't know what it costs to service a 4R36. I just know how cheap you can get an NH36 for and just, hey, Kevin's here from Wrong Time Watch. We did talk about our visit at the Somerset. So in the comments, Kevin, if you want to say anything, like you want to talk about what we checked out at Somerset, or, you know, like let me know. But for me personally, I would service that one, even though I know it doesn't make sense financially, because it would probably cost 3 or 4 or 5 times more than what it would just cost to just throw a new movement in it. But that's not the normal circumstances. The cheapest movement that I would service is probably, I'm trying to think. I mean, how much is it for a brand new ETA 2824? They're probably what, 180 bucks, 200 bucks or something like that. So yeah, you would service that. Calico Basin says it's 50 bucks to open the case back. I'll open the case back. I can bring it. I'll save the 50 bucks and I'll just open the case back. I don't think that's how it works, but yeah. So basically the ETA 2824 and the Salida 200 or 300, something like that, I would service. Yeah, I'll show you a close-up of the Hamilton Panda here in a second. Al is asking, any recommendations for travel watch case? So I did just do that travel, and I carried 3 different kinds. And I can go grab them, and I'll show you real quick. And let me show you a close-up of the Hammy. It's not going to be a very good close-up, but I will do a video soon. Kevin says, Rolex was pretty bare for watches, only had a 34 millimeter Oyster Perpetual and a 2-tone date just. Yeah, I checked out the date just 41 and it was a 2-tone. I don't know. I would like to say that deep down, like if they would have had, there's probably like 3 models of stainless steel Rolex that if they were there, I would actually have maybe just bought it right there on the spot. But I don't know that I would have. Because deep down, I would have been like, well, I could buy it and then I could flip it, right? But I don't want to do that. When you're buying a luxury watch like that, I don't want to do that. I don't want to capitalize on that. It's not right. Let somebody else buy it that actually wants it and wants to keep it. So let me grab those cases. Hold on. So I took 3 cases. And somebody already mentioned the watch pod. So that you can get these in singles or doubles. I don't know if they come in triples, but I did use this and it works really good. I usually put microfiber in there too. Yeah, Kevin, I'm with you. There's a couple of models that I would maybe have just bought, probably, I don't know. I really like these. This is actually, it flexes a little bit, but it's actually fairly rigid. The zipper works really good. It's not a YKK zipper, but it kind of acts like it. It's like really good quality. And it has the foamies here, so depending on what kind of watch you're in, you can take these out, leave them in, do whatever you want to do. So that works really good. I highly recommend that. They're pretty cheap. I did a video on this, but the Mirage, this is the one I bought. They gave me one too, but I gave that away. This, surprisingly, I didn't like when I first got it. Yeah, I didn't really care for it. It does kind of have a little bit of an odor. I think that's going to go away over time. But this one just makes sense. This one, out of all the ones I've ever handled, is the best design so far. Because the watches don't flop around. They're held in place securely because they're like in this channel. So they don't flop around at all. And then there's enough space given in between here and here that, I mean, something heavy would have to push down because it has the supports in the center here. So you're really not going to make contact anywhere in the watch. So the watch is really well protected on this one. Yeah, that's the Mirage. And I did a video on this, and I think I provided links in the video. think I bought it on Amazon. So I think I provided the Amazon affiliate link, so I get a little percentage off that. So the other one I used was this. And this is the case that Visitor sent over, and I need to do a video on this. But you can go on Amazon, and I forget what these are called. Maybe somebody knows. But you can buy these. And this is another 3-slot one. And they're pretty cheap, too. And you can actually buy these. You don't have to get it from Visitor. And they have 3 foamies in here, and it locks in. And, again, it's really secure because of, once it's locked in, it's fairly rigid, and it works out really good. And it's pretty stout. So all 3 are really good. I like to mix it up. I don't think I would have multiples of just one. Let's see. I know I missed a lot of comments here, guys. I'm trying to catch up. Young XLNC, what's the price point on the Mirage? I want to say, are they like $60, I think? Craig says he has the slightly larger version of the black one. It has foam ends that protect the watch from slapping together. Yeah, maybe I didn't point that out, but yeah, so the watch ends up going like that, and it gets kind of locked down in there. But you can see this is the Zodiac, so I mean, you'd have to, like, if you had a larger watch, you'd have to get it to kind of squish down in there, but it works perfect. I still think the Mirage is probably the better design, but I think these are cheaper. Let's see. Thoughts on the Hamilton Pan Europe chronograph? That is a very cool looking watch. One of the who was I talking to? One of the ADs I was talking to said he had that. I think it was the manager at the Omega boutique. I think he said he had the Hamilton Pan Europe, but he doesn't wear it at work. So, oh, Craig says the foam comes completely off. I don't think those ones do. Maybe it does. Wilson said when he picked up the Mirage, it was like $45 on Amazon. Now they're like $70. Supply and demand, I guess. Huh? That's a bummer. Still pretty much worth it for $70 when you take into consideration how much I forget the other brand. There's like another brand that's like legit really nice, but they're like $400 or something. They're crazy expensive. I'm sure they're excellent. I'm sure they're like custom leather and they're really good, but Detroit Spartan says, hey, Blue would have invited me, no doubt. Yeah, well, I'm going to be down in Southeast Michigan again, so maybe we can meet up. The man just jumped after this live chat. $69 on eBay. Do you like watch rolls? Mike, yeah, I was using watch rolls, but when I'm traveling, I actually prefer these kind of like soft cases, if you will. So I really do prefer those. I want the new Kevin says he wants the new Speedmaster. They said they have a 3-year waiting list on that. You got to go in there and flex, man. You can be like, yeah, I'm Kevin from Wrong Time Watch. I got this big YouTube channel. Like, I should be at the front of the line for the Speedmaster. I should get 30% off. Go in there and flex. Oh, the Snoopy has a 3-year wait list. Yeah, and you can order some watches directly right from Omega, which I've never done, but maybe one day I will. Maybe Omega will do the Omega Select program, and I don't think anyone's going to do it. I think there's some probably brands out there that are like watching how Breitling is doing with this, and I think it would be pretty easy to tell how they're doing if you just go and occasionally jump on the Breitling website and go to that Breitling Select part and see what watches are available. James Hunt said, did I see the Omega World Timer? I think I did. If Craig and Kevin are still here, I don't know. There was like one quartz, I think, solar watch there. I think maybe that's the one you're talking about. It was pretty wild looking. I'm not speedy random. I don't even care for chronographs that much. It's the funny part. The one Omega that I connected with there was the Omega Aqua Terra Golf, and it's, to me it kind of looks like a white dial, but it's not white. I don't know what you would call it. I guess it's kind of a silvery color, but it's white enough. So, and then it has the orange seconds hand, and I think I'm gonna go back and buy that watch. I kind of made a deal with them there, but I wasn't ready to buy. So, J Rad said, "What about the Tudor Royale with cheese?" They did have some Tudors there. They didn't have any Tudor Royales though. They had the I forget what the other one's called. What's that on the far left? Metal Complex wants to know. This is the Hamilton Intramatic. We all call it the Panda, but it's the Intramatic automatic chronograph with the Valjoux. It's not, actually, it's not the Valjoux 7750. It's based off that, but it's like an H part number now. So fun watch. I just picked this up from Mimo. Mimo's Jewelry. Tell him I sent you. He'll probably give you a discount. Yeah, watch displays in the house. He says he loves the new hand wine hammy Panda. I will get one in as soon as Mimo gets it. I'm gonna see if he'll send me one over. I think the big difference, it's going to be essentially the same case from what I can tell. The big difference is you're not going to have this bulge on the case back here. So this case back on the mechanical one's probably going to be flat, which is going to make it sit on wrist dramatically different. So, for example, like when this one sits on the wrist, I don't know if you can kind of tell, it kind of pops up a little bit. So if you get the manual wine one, this whole thing's just going to sit way more flatter on your wrist, even though it's not as, it's not like crazy thin or anything. It's still going to be thick. Let's see. Young's taking off. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate it. Let's see. Calico Basin. What tax in Michigan? We're at 6%. 6% sales tax. Yeah, the bracelet is awesome. I need to do the video on this soon. All I did was the unboxing, but check this out. And all you do, so there's a little cutout right there. So you pop that up. You can pop that. I'm not going to do it. You pop that up. This opens up, and then it's like infinitely adjustable. Basically, it lines up with these little divots in between there. So it's like infinitely adjustable, and it's super clean. It wears really good. Hey, Casper's here, checking in. Yeah, Metal Complex, you're all into knives, right? So, and, oh, okay. Yeah, you're talking about Nick's solid advice of not to get into watches, but yeah, you're over here on a watch live chat. You did not heed his advice. Let's see. Casper, yep, chiming in. We're just talking watches, apparently chronographs and all that good stuff. Being both is the key. Yeah, I stick to the affordable knives though. When I'm buying knives, like this honey badger or something like that, I try not to spend a lot of money on knives, because I got into Metal Complex. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I don't know anything either. I don't know anything about knives, and I don't know anything about watches, so I don't know that you're going to learn much here. Maybe in the comments. Casper is asking. Wow. Yeah, James Duffy is at 8.25 to 9.5% sales tax in his area. I think I would be ordering online and trying to skirt out of that. Casper's asking if we talked about the Synchron military. No, but I did listen to Clayton, the Watchdog podcast today, and he went into some detail on that whole watch and its loose association, or actually pretty tight association, with its original design from the Doxa and all that stuff. Oh man, David Lee, try Ireland, 23% sales tax. That hurts. Ontario's 13%. Well, I'm guessing the USA federal tax will probably be tacked onto all the states here soon. We're going to go nuts, I'm sure. No. So Rob says, I remember when Rob was at $400 Seikos. Wonder how long before a $1,000 knife. Oh, Jan said he ordered the PVD coated. I think it's PVD coated Synchron military, and I know Clayton did too. So hopefully I'll see one of those on the channel. Maybe one of each or something. And then when Doxa comes out with it, I'll check it out too. But after hearing Clayton's little story on the Synchron military, I think I'd be more tempted to get the Synchron versus the Doxa, honestly. I don't know that I own an expensive knife. I think I've only spent like $250 or $300 or something on a knife. Joseph is asking Grail Seiko. I already have my Grail Seiko right here. Let's see. Watch display says, how do you like the Breitling top time? Recently picked up the silver Colt you used to have. Wow. Well, so I don't wear, this watch was sent in by Saltzman's in Rhode Island from Richard over there. And when he sends over the watches for me to check out, I don't wear them. But I can say that I easily prefer this over the Navitimer. If we're just talking Breitling chronographs, easily I pick this over the Navi. And I mean, that's partly why I picked up the Hamilton Panda. I mean, I was always going to end up with one. I knew that. But if I was like balling out of control, I don't know, maybe I'd still pick up the Hamilton, but I would easily pick up either this one or the, I don't know how to say it, but the newer one with the orange accents. Man, I love that one. And hopefully one day I'll see it. But that is a killer watch. But in some ways, so these top times, you can probably pick them up for about 4,000. I think they list for 4,900, but you can pick them up for probably about 4K. But in some ways, I think the Hamilton, other than not having the pop of color, I kind of like the Hamilton more. It comes on this really cool bracelet. It has a screw down crown. I mean, it's still an iconic brand. So, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper. I think retail on this Hamilton is like 2,300 versus 4,900 on the Breitling. I don't know. You're like halfway there. So depends on your thoughts on watches and everything. I get desensitized to them, and if you look closely, even the pushers on the Hamilton are a little more robust looking than the Breitling. I mean, I don't think that they are more robust. I think they're both really good, but yeah, it is a lot of money for a Hamilton. I mean, I know I went upscale, guys. Like, it's most of the watches I show are more expensive watches, but quite frankly, I think a lot of people watching my channel, you're going to end up there. Just like people keep saying that I'm going to end up there with like other hobbies, but I don't. But no, so the screw down crown on the Hamilton does not help with water resistance necessarily, because the pushers don't screw down. You can't like lock those from being pushed. But if you don't push them, you should be fine. But I think the water depth on this is only 10, was it 10 bar? So it's 100 meter. So it's still pretty good. I don't know what the Breitling is. Does it say? It's 30 meter. I would venture to say they're probably close to the same. So this one's a little bit more, but Calico Basin says his highest Hamilton is the PSR. Those are really fun. We all can end up there fast if we aren't. Yeah, watch display. You know all about that. He's got some baller watches for sure. The book, man. Oh, yeah. James Hunt says he just picked up or just received the book, A Man and His Watch. I finally just picked one up, and I haven't even looked through it yet. It's still sitting on my little end table upstairs, but I need to really take a look at it because it looks like a well done book with a ton of great pictures, so I don't even have to read very much, which is a book perfect for me. So yeah, it's funny that book's been out for a little while too, and that seems like more and more people are finally getting it. I don't know what the holdup was, right? Great photos and stories. Watch what it says. So I'm looking forward to getting into it because heck, there's even a G-Shock in there. I mean, there's regular watches in there, there's crazy watches, and there's great stories. The Watch Monkey says, yeah, the Hamilton. I mean, considering, yeah, I think this one is technically considered cheap or inexpensive when you put it up against some of the counterparts that are out there that are competing with it. Steve says, probably going to downsize my collection soon. What are some good ways to make the sales and where exactly? I've never sold anything. Steve, you can email me. I do have a private Discord group, and there's a lot of flipping going on there. So if you have good watches and you're a reputable seller and you have good prices on them, usually they will sell in the flippers. So you can definitely email me, and we can see about getting in there. It's a paid annual subscription, but no Panda Daytona. See, I like the black dial hammy. Diamond bezel Datejust. Oh, we got some private talks going on here in the chats. Casper says, so beyond the L'Oreal Gemini, are there any affordable mechanical chronographs below the Hamilton but above Seiko CK Mecha Quartz? You might not like it, but there are some micro brands out there using the Seagull, but it's not automatic, it's mechanical. I just dropped off the Goodspeed one, and it seems like it's pretty well built. I sent that over to Craig. I don't know if you got on that tour or not, but Tiny Stacker, I've seen the G-Shock Transformers toy. I have a video on one. Let's see, what's your thoughts on the automatic watches with no second hands? I'm not a huge fan of that. I like to see the sweep of the seconds hand, whether it's quartz or automatic. I typically like to have a seconds hand. Oh, okay. Casper is on that one. So yeah, Craig already threw like a bracelet on it, and it looks really good on the bracelet. I thought it was okay on the strap, but he put that bracelet on there, and that looks really good. Kevin's looking for a 39 millimeter Explorer. Can probably help you find one. Stefan, any particularly underrated watch in your opinion? No, not with the amount of information that's out there. I don't know that there's anything that's really like underrated. If something is worth checking out and is a value, like there's no sleepers out there anymore. I think everything's getting exposed. MJ says ball, but I tend to agree with you on that, but I feel like for some reason people just don't connect with them like keeper status. There are definitely some people that are connecting with them as long-term keepers, don't get me wrong, but somebody was asking about how the Breitling Super Ocean is holding up. It is awesome. Yeah, Detroit Spartan says there's rumor, obviously, that Rolex is going to discontinue the 39. Yeah, so they're gonna. I mean, if the writing's not on the wall, I don't know what it would be. It's at least going to go to a 40, if not a 41. So I would be shocked if they didn't go to a 41, but we'll see. Like Orient Star, yeah, there are some killer Orient Stars out there. Thoughts on the LEG Shock not coming standard with Solar Exporter collab. I don't know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about this G-Shock? This one's a porter. Is this the one you're talking about? Where was that comment? Yeah, this one's not. This one is not solar, and it's pretty expensive. But yeah, I picked it up. It's awesome. Let's see. It's pretty. Jared's here. Long jeans. Big Eye. Chrono was killer. Yep. Sorry, example being the latest supporter. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't bother me that it's not solar. I think they did a good job on it. Could they have done solar? Yeah, for the price point, but I think it's a good watch. I mean, I'm gonna sell it, but that's pretty much what I do. All right, where are we at here? Is the Hamilton mesh better than Stabe? I haven't really handled Stabe too much. I think Stabe is thicker. I know there is a thinner one. Craig showed me his a little bit, was a little bit thinner. And I'm not sure who made this one, but it is very well done. And the clasp is really nice, and I really like how infinitely adjustable I think it might be, in my opinion, better in the sense that typically if you order a Stabe, you have to figure out the sizing and everything before you order it, because you can goof it up. They come in different sizes because they're limited. If you go with, especially if you go with the fold over clasp, which I would want, because you're basically limited to the micro adjust and then whatever the size is. Now, if you get the butterfly clasp, there are some links I think you can remove, but in this case, Hamilton or whoever figured it out, you just flip that over and you pretty much size it for whatever wrist you have that you're dealing with. So I think it works out better for the most part. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. It's good. It's sleek. And the things will brush off it. It has no edges that will catch anything. So it works really good. Let's see. Kiwi says he picked up his first Seamaster in white. Happy Kiwi from New Zealand. Yes. Hands down my favorite. I was talking to Craig about this actually because I was checking out his quote chrome dial one with the blued hands and indices and everything. And I really do like that colorway, almost enough that I feel like I could own both. And I was even looking at the Aqua Terra in the chrome dial with the blued because I was like, well, maybe I could get the Aqua Terra in that model to, instead of trying to go with the white dial with the orange, but looking at the silver or white dial Aqua Terra with the pop of orange, it just, oh man, it just looks so good. Bobby Smith is here. Oh, okay. Yes, this Omega is very nice. Yeah, I think Craig really liked the Panerai, so I didn't really see him gravitate to too many other watches. I still have the Zodiac. I need to do the video on that. Killer dial. Hey, Bruce Williams is here. So this thing will end up being sold as soon as I get done with the video, but it'll go. Floridian is asking, do I have any mugs left? We'll get you one. I ordered 30, and I think that might be enough to accommodate everybody. Bobby Smith is asking, how do I like the Hamilton? I actually wore this Hamilton all this last weekend. It's a little blingy for me, so I'll probably try it on some different straps, maybe or something. But I like it. I have to wear it for a while. MJ, have I had the Mule? Is that how you say it on my channel? I don't think so. I don't think I have. Detroit Spartan says, Birmingham is also about to carry Seiko as well as the Michiganders if we're interested. Any updates on the hats? So the hat guy I was talking to, I guess, I don't know if the ball was in my court or if it was in his court or what, but we haven't really been talking. So I'm going to go talk to my local place here and maybe try to work out a deal there. It's probably going to be a pretty small run of hats, and then I'm going to end up having to ship them and everything. So it's going to get dumb. I was trying to make it so that somebody else actually took care of all of that. They took care of the ordering and the shipping and everything like that. And I didn't even really care if I made money on it. I just was going to try to get them out there. So I think I'll probably just go to this local place. It's like literally right around the corner from my house. I'll probably go pick something out. I got their catalog. I'll pick something out and just, it's going to be a snapback trucker style, with the mesh back, or dad style, or whatever you want to call it. So it'll be super comfortable, super breathable for the summertime and everything. And then, like I said, it'll be a snapback. Probably just simple, maybe even embroidered or something. I'm not sure. Random Rob patch on the front. So yeah, Bruce, if it'll fit me, it'll fit you. I'm not going to make small hats for sure, and there won't be that many. Like, I don't even know if there's going to be enough. I mean, really, I doubt all of my founders group is going to really want a hat. So, but I might start out with like maybe 50 of them or something, because I'm going to have to come out of pocket on them. It's not going to be cheap. As far as watches go, I need to talk to Carlos, and I talked briefly to Elshin at Zelos, but I'll probably have some collab watches soon. Do a hat Kickstarter. No one will join it, and then it'll probably fail. Let's see. Have I tried the limited edition Alpina Star Timer Heritage that Mimo sells? I'm worried about the 44 millimeter case, but I think it looks great. I don't know if I've done the video on that one or not. Rob, could you explain how Breitling Select works, please? I think I've kind of explained it, but I'm going to go into greater detail. But essentially, what I did, at least, and this is the way I think it works. Basically, you get signed up. It's $450 plus tax, whatever your tax is. You pay $450. It's a one-time fee, at least for the year. You might be able to roll it over, but it's $450. And then it's $129 or $130 a month, something like that. And you get to see 3 watches, and you pick one right away. You pick which watch you want to do. So I picked this one, and then once you pay the $450, and they get you all set up, and then they billed me for the $130, and then they next day aired this watch. So I get to wear this watch, check it out for, I think it's a minimum of 1 month, and then up to 6 months. And I log onto my account, and I can go in there and be like, I want to pick another watch. I'm going to send this one back, and they pay for the shipping and everything. So I'll let you know when I send this one back. I got to do the video on it and read the fine print. I'm sure there's more fine print. Once you're a good standing member for over 2 months, you've earned enough points, and you can actually buy a watch at discount from the program. So, and I'll share what those numbers are too when I learn more. But right now, the program seems to work pretty dang flawlessly. Like it worked as I thought it would, right? Basically, you sign up, you pay them, they send you a watch. So right now, yeah, I could do some coasters too, or mouse pads or something. I'll have to think about it. I don't want to get too, I don't have the time for all that. You guys are going to make it, so I have to do more. So right now, what am I at? Not including tax, I'm $580 I've paid out of pocket right now, and I'm wearing a Breitling Navitimer, blue dial, brand new, directly from, or refurbished or whatever it is, directly from Breitling. And I get to wear it for 6 months. So I'm not mad about that. If I were to go buy one of these, I'd probably lose $500 on selling it. So I get to check it out and wear it for a little bit. I'm not mad about that at all. Oh, you're in the UK. They don't have it there yet. Give it time. If this goes well, they might expand or something. Oh yeah, someone finally mentioned something about the Invicta in the background. I have two of these sent in, this one and another model, so I'll be doing videos on these really soon. But this is my first time checking out. These are called the 1953s or whatever. Man, I don't know how much you can get one of these for, but these are really cool. If you can get these for cheap, this is actually a pretty nice watch. It's got nice 120 click bezel. Really nice bezel action. Didn't line up there, but kind of lines up there. It's a little off. I don't know how much these are. I really don't. I don't know anything about the 1953s. I have to do a little bit of homework, but I have two different models. So I did learn a little bit in the sense that there are quite a few different weird models. So MJ says they're too much. So I don't know what too much means in MJ's terms, but let's see, I can see the Instagram of now. Invicta Random Rob approved. So $200. A couple people said like $200 on. Well, with the way watch prices are going right now, guys, I don't think I'd have a hard time paying $200 for this. It's got the classic Seiko NH35 movement that you see in a lot of Invictas. Screw down case back, screw down crown, nice bezel action, nice case finishing, nice polished relief there, kind of gilded looking. I'm not sure if that's sapphire or just mineral, and I'm not sure how good the lume is. And I'm not even sure if this is a... I don't think it comes with this strap. I think somebody added this strap. But for $200, I mean, if that's all they are, I'd probably buy one. But I'm not going to buy one because I know I would never wear it. But if I were shopping in the sub $500 range, yeah, I'd buy one of these. Heck yeah. Let's see. Peter says, watches from the Breitling Select collection come from a selected, dedicated assortment of fully refurbished watches to ensure the full experience of a Breitling high-quality products. Yeah, that's the same thing I read too. So, oh yeah, Casper for sure. Ghost watches. We hate on Invicta, but for how many of us was the 8926 OB our first gateway automatic? Yeah, I had one for sure. Did Breitling indicate what eventually happens to their leased watches? Will they eventually be sold as pre-owned? I think their plan is that people in the Breitling Select program will end up start to buy some of these. You know, this is early on, so I have no idea how many people are signed up. If I can get insider information to find out how successful the program is and see how many people signed up, if it's more than just me, then I will try to share that information. But as of right now, I might be the only Breitling Select member, which would be really cool because I'll be able to try out pretty much any watch I want to check out. So, but I suspect there's other people that are signing up, and there's probably going to be more people signing up as well. And I know a lot of people are going to gripe about, you're going to be $2,000 into leasing to check out 3 watches at the end of the year with nothing to show for it. But I don't know. I got to check out the watch. I lose money on flipping watches, guys. I know my handwriting's bad, but I made this list. This is my list of watches that I'm probably going to sell here soon, and this is probably how much I'm going to sell them for. So, and all of those prices are a loss compared to what I paid for them. So, anybody that regularly buys and sells watches should not be complaining about spending $2,000 to check out 3 luxury watches over the year. You were probably going to lose that much money on them if you were going to try to really check them out. Most of us are not extremely savvy with buying and selling. Detroit Spartan says, Rob, I'm starting a relationship with Shinola, trying to steer them in the right direction. Would you be interested in reviewing some of their newer mechanical models? Yes, Detroit Spartan, I would. And I did talk to, at the outlet there, I did talk to a person, Jesse was his name. But yeah, I think there's definitely a missed opportunity. I don't know if the damage is that severe with them, but yeah, I think Shinola still has more in the tank. They could do more. Wilson says cost of doing YouTube is, yeah, well, for me, yes, and I'm an anomaly probably amongst the group, but yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of like a tax write-off for the channel, but it's content, tax write-off. But seriously, most importantly, I get to check these out, and I actually get to wear them because, like I said before, yeah, Saltzman sends these in, and I get to look at them and stuff, but I don't go wear it. I wore this one at work today. So this one, I'm not going to do that because it's a brand new watch and he's still going to sell it. Has the Damasco made for a great daily? I haven't dailied it yet. I did start the day with this watch and then I switched over to the Breitling, which tomorrow I'll probably wear this. Yeah, super legible for me at work. Having the day and the date is like ideal for me. So, yeah, I'm excited to give this more wrist time. I'm still having a little bit of an issue, like the hole that I wear the strap right now is a little tight on my wrist, so I'm hoping the leather will break in a little bit and that'll loosen up and I'll have my sweet spot for the strap size. Otherwise, I might have to change the strap. I don't really want to do that because this strap is awesome. So I'm hoping I can just get it to break in a little bit. James Hunt, good question. Does Breitling not count the monthly funds towards a new watch at the end? No, they have some sort of point system, and I don't know how that works yet. I need to research that. So you will get some sort of point system, and I wonder if that dictates like how much of a discount you get on that watch. Oh, Detroit Spartan, yeah. We need to meet up. I reached out to the Detroit Watch Company a while ago, and they kind of blew me off, but they have some really cool looking fun watches. Should try the Damasco strap on the, yeah, that would work. This strap is like really thick. It's comfortable, but it's thick, but I think it almost needs to be. You still have to remember, it doesn't really look like it when you look at it. The watch almost looks delicate, but it's not. It's actually kind of a robust watch, and you can get the Valjoux rotor wobble going. I can really get it going on the Hamilton. It's almost like fun to play with and get it to spin and just kind of rock off balance. But yeah, Bruce, maybe for you and I, they would give a special treatment at least and give us the bracelets. But I suspect, they don't know who's getting these, and they'd like to probably have their authorized dealers size the bracelets. They don't want guys like screwing up their bracelets and stuff. Yeah, it definitely has a jewelry look with all this faceted. Like, there's so much grip on this bezel. You just want to turn it, but it doesn't turn. So, but there's like crazy amount of grip on. There's more grip on that bezel than there is on my Seamaster actual bezel that turns. So. Don't put it on a NATO. I'm not going to put it on a NATO. Detroit Spartan, you don't need to send anything to me. I can probably blast down and we can meet up and I could do a quick video. I'm going to probably make a couple trips. So. Yeah, Jonathan Davis, I don't know. I will report back how the point system works and what the cost ends up being. I don't think I'm going to buy. I don't have any intentions on buying one of the watches from the Select program, but maybe, I don't know, if my channel does good and the earnings are up or something like that, maybe I do a bigger giveaway. Like as it is now, the Orange Monster here, as soon as I hit 50,000 subscribers, that's being given away. I'm still waiting on my SBBN tuna to get fully repaired. Once that gets fully repaired, then I'm giving that away to my founders group. So you know, as the channel grows and if there's more money coming in from whatever sources, then I can do bigger giveaways. I have no problem. I enjoy giving back to the community. You guys are giving me so much, so like it would be nice to be able to give more things away, but I do what I can. So I went over an hour so far, guys. Is there any last minute questions? Oh, Bruce says, I know Bruce and I haven't talked as much as we usually do. We're both getting kind of busy, but Bruce said that his watchmaker, is it Chris? Chris is his name, I think. Must have sent it over to Seiko. So hopefully they'll warranty it. If not, then I'll just, whatever it costs, I'll just pay it and get it taken care of. Bruce's watchmaker's been extremely accommodating because, you know, he put that crystal in and then the bezel wouldn't turn, so then he had to pull the crystal back out, and then he took some photos of it, and I shared that information with Crystal Times. So I don't know if they did anything with that information, but unfortunately you're not allowed to put the you can't put that crystal, at least that exact crystal, in the watch and still have it work. It just doesn't work. So, and then thankfully, Bruce's watchmaker caught that there was some sort of issue with the quartz movement. No, so the crystal fit, Jerry. I can send you a picture, but the height where it seats down in, it was too tall, so then it pushes the rest of the crystal up, and then there was interference with the bezel. So it fit, and he even put the bezel on, but the bezel wouldn't turn. So it's small. It's only like a millimeter, but that's all it takes to get that interference. And then, fortunately, Chris, the watchmaker, discovered that there was an issue with the movement. There was something dragging in there. So thankfully, he caught that. So before it got given away to somebody, and then somebody else had to deal with the issue. So good watchmaker there that he actually checked it, because a lot of guys would have probably just threw the other crystal back in, did a battery change, and sent it back. So I don't know if that's just his normal procedure where he throws it on his grapher and checks it. But thankfully he did. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. I appreciate everybody for being in the chat. It was fun in the beginning. We had some trolls that had to get killed, so that was fun. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Oh, let me kill the lights because we got some loom on the table. Look at the Damasco showing off. Who doesn't like a full loom dial? Here's the loom on the Navitimer. It actually has loom. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video.